Package Group weekly retrospective for April the 24th, 2020. And Steve, you have the first item in what went not so well.
Yeah, so this week I spent a lot of time doing reviews, working with community contributions, and then just really working on figuring out how to tweak the GDK to find a good Go proxy development and test setup. So it overall just felt like I wasn't writing a lot of code this week, which wasn't the greatest feeling. And then due to all of that, I feel a bit behind on my 13.0 work. And then in addition to all that, it kind of hit me this week that I'm going to be going on leave in just over a month. And it's started to cause me a little stress about getting as much done as I can before then, and also, you know, the various things that I'll miss out on during those milestones that I might be gone. Over to Nick.
Yeah, so for me, only one point. It's just that my merge requests this week have been a little bit slower to get reviewed and merged. I guess like Virtual Contribute probably played a small hand in that, but yeah, just felt a bit slower. David is next, but it looks like he's not in the meeting, so I'll read for him. The PyPy feature flag was behaving strangely when default enable was set to true. It turned out to be a bug, and I assume that bug has been fixed as well. Over to Haley next.
Right. So I wanted to do a little bit of Yak shaving to support integration testing for the registry API, and that turned into a little bit more Yak shaving than I anticipated. On to Dan.
Sorry, that was amusing. Yeah, I took 3 days off and did a good job of taking 3 days off, which was in the below. But that virtual contribute has me really only like 1 day of work this week, and that's today. So feeling a bit stressed today. Then discussions on the container registry schema for online garbage collection have the potential to delay our effort. And this question's around whether having separate schema for the container registry is the right model to move forward. It's still ongoing, but yeah, it's a little bit frustrating because I know everyone put a lot of effort into building that out and having great discussions on the issue. So this is mostly just a heads up for everyone and a little bit of a meh. Over to you, João.
Due to the size of the test registry that we are using to come up with some metrics about the size and the rate for the database, getting that information takes a lot of time because we have to walk the file system to get those metrics. So there is a lot of waiting between attempts. On to Nico.
Yeah, so this week is like conflicts everywhere, backend MRs, front-end MRs. It goes to the point where I fix a conflict, I ping the maintainer to merge it. By the time they come offline, there is a new conflict, maintainer pings me, I'm offline. And so it goes to the next day. I also have a lot of MR in review, which caused a good chunk of my time to be spent in rebasing, fixing conflict, and moving on. And it doesn't feel the most productive thing. And honestly, I was a bit disappointed from Virtual Contribute, mostly for the timing and the technical difficulties. The thing that I was really interested in participating, I couldn't because it was in not okay time for my day. But I will try to catch up with the video and maybe my opinion will change a bit. And over to what went well with Steve.
Haley and João were both very helpful in sort of giving me a crash course in Go packages and modules to support my naive questions about Go. And yesterday, I really enjoyed just having sort of a half-day escape from my normal work routine to go through Contribute. And I really enjoyed the imposter syndrome session. And I really found I liked those little 5-minute meetups. That was kind of a fun alternative to the usual coffee chat, less pressure. And then last, to build on my comment of what went not so well, of taking time off and I'm bummed about the features I'm going to miss out working on. I've never actually had a job where I've been like sad to take time off because I'm going to be missing the work I could be doing. So GitLab must be doing something right, or possibly brainwashing me. And I really do love working with you all. Tim?
That was very nicely said. So for me, this week I finished a walkthrough of the Nexus repository manager, and I shared all those videos in our team page and in the YouTube channel. And I also wrapped up the series of user interviews on remote and virtual repositories, and we'll be presenting the opportunity canvas for that next week to Scott and Christy. On to Nick.
My first point is I have a lot of front end 13.0 work in merge requests and just processed nicely, which is really cool. I'm kind of happy to be on top of everything. And secondly, virtual contribute I thought was pretty good actually. There was some really interesting talks. I only got to catch the morning session. I haven't been able to view or watch any of the talks in the second session, but there were some good ones in the morning, I thought. David is next, but he's not on the call, so I can read from him again. I was able to dig through the workhorse code base. It was less daunting than what he initially thought, and submit a merge request to improve the situation regarding file uploads. And there's a link to that as well. I'm sure David is smashing it. After the Geo talk, I was interested. I was able to lend a hand to verify that packages are properly mirrored as Geo support is being added to packages. And that's cool as well. Well done, David. And Haley is next.
Right. So I used some of the mad Kibana skills that I gained from a contribute session just 2 hours after I learned them. So that was pretty cool. A lot of good progress in the manifest. Put handler. Starting to see some patterns emerging. I'm starting to get a little bit of appreciation for the general way that Docker is structured. The way that writes are sent to the file system, if not the specifics. And on to Dan.
Yeah, the positive side of taking 3 days off was that I actually didn't work, which was really nice. I checked in a couple of things, but I mostly just took the time off. I was pleasantly surprised with how nice it was to feel just to sit around the house and not do a thing, which was pretty cool. Package group getting involved in workhorse uploads will be a really good thing in my opinion. It seems like there's a lot of discussion around how that's currently handled, and so I think it's great that we're taking an active effort in addressing that. And thanks clearly to David for getting involved there. That's awesome. And then as a team, we've been getting a lot of positive feedback on what we're making. Great job, everybody. Thank you. And over to João.
So this week I've learned a lot about PostgreSQL internals in terms of data compression and binary formats. So it was really good, and I'm looking forward for next week training. On to Nico.
Yeah, so I learned about trigram indexes, which are a cool thing. Good to learn new stuff. And I'm happy that I managed to organize a pair programming session with a backend dev who has expertise in GraphQL to help us kickstart on new GraphQL endpoints. And I think we are done.
Yeah, that is it. If anyone wants to chat about anything in particular in here, and if not, we could just end the recording and have a quick social catch up. If everyone's good, we can throw down the wave, say goodbye. Thanks everyone for following along at home. And I hope everyone is happy and healthy and enjoys their weekend. Bye.